G'day viewers and welcome back to a brand new series of Blokesworld. And this time we find ourselves in the beautiful country of Austria. We've returned, we were back here in 2009 for the Erzberg Hare Scramble, the world's toughest dirt bike race. And I tell you what, it's cracking 30 degrees today in Austria. It's going to be a ripping event. Here's just a little bit of the action that you'll see on tonight's episode.
Dangerous, stupid.
Erzberg, this is a crazy race, right?
This is like the calendar month of the year, this one.
It's crazy, it's great, and it's a lot of fun here.
G'day viewers and welcome back to another fantastic series of Blokesworld. On this series, Camera 3 and myself, we head to Austria to check out the Red Bull Erzberg Hare Scramble, the world's toughest motocross race. That's right, it's held in an iron mine up in the Alps of Austria, where 3,000 people start and only a handful will finish. So right now, let's kick off the series on day one of Erzberg. While people are setting up, they hold a thing called the rocket ride, which is basically a race just to get out of the mine. First up, single time trials, and then we head into races. Enjoy. This is the rocket ride. Righto viewers, we're getting ready for the rocket ride, which is basically a sprint out of the mine. And I'm here with Gearrock. Welcome to the show, champion.
Hi.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Now you're a track builder, so you're one of the men responsible for all of this.
Yes, this street is very hard to ride. We built it 2 weeks ago and the weather is perfect here.
It is perfect. We were just saying off camera before, we came here in 2009 and it was like a day like this.
Yes.
And the crowd all start off with their clothes on and by the end of the day, everyone's just there standing naked and cheering for bikes. Are you going to have a ride this weekend?
Yes, tomorrow we drive to Prolog and Saturday also.
Yep.
And then I hope I come in Hare Scramble at Sunday.
Awesome, because that's what happens, isn't it? We have the prologue where they race up the mine and that's where they get the top 500.
Yes, you have to drive in the 500.
Yep.
And then it starts on Sunday. Yeah, it's very difficult. There's so difficult ways in the wood.
No.
You have to push it on, get out of the bike and push it.
But it is good how at this event, the crowd come along and they bring their own rope and they bring their motocross boots and they're there helping people, pulling them up.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's really good. But when they don't help you, you have no chance.
Ah, mate, awesome. Gearrock, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes.
Absolutely killed it. What great English. You killed it.
Well, viewers, we're at the bottom of the mine here at Erzberg. This is where the hill climb starts. I've got my Nova Rock badge, got my Erzberg Rodeo badge. Not many people can claim to have dirt from both of those places on them at once. Then again, most people have showers. Check this out.
The Blokesworld road trip. She started. We're on our way. We're leaving Munich. We've picked up our van. Camera 3's behind the wheel.
We've had our 5 minutes in Deutschland and now we're heading to Austria.
We've got our keep right, so we just remember where we are. We've had no sleep. We've been travelling for 39 hours.
Since you went away, we take it day by day. Mom is getting better, but I have to say the mess in me that you left is getting hard to repress. We'll have this out one day, yeah. License out again, yeah. License out again, yeah.
And check out the van. Absolutely pimping. So stick around. We're making the Blokesworld Euro road trip. And you should keep watching and check out our Instagram Your Stories, because here's just some of the things we're doing while we're here. We're going to be playing ice hockey with the Austrian national team. We're going to go see Aussie band Airborne. We're also going to see Slayer, Primus. Who else we see? System of the Down. Steel Panther. And hang on to your boots. We're going to Erzberg. Stick around. Blokesworld Euro road trip.
G'day, this is Sticks It In Ya from Steel Panther, and you're watching Blokesworld.
Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying Blokesworld in Austria. Right now, let's head to the nation's capital of Vienna, where they have this awesome thing called mini hot rods, where you can go and hire a mini hot rod and fang it around Vienna. Check this out. This is a must-do if you go to Austria.
Morning. Welcome to the Hot Rod Tour Vienna.
Tony, welcome to Blokesworld.
Hello, good morning.
Ah, awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. We saw this on the internet and we have to do this because they do look tough. And you were saying before they're what, 170cc four-stroke motor?
Yeah, 170cc, four-stroke motor, almost 15 HP, quite fast. They go up to 60 miles an hour.
Well, we got our safety briefing and then it was time to pick up our hot rods. I tell you what, when we first saw this thing bang past us, it was a game changer.
All right, Team Australia, are you ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Well, let's hit the road then. Follow me.
You're the tour guide, so we'll be following you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the ride that we'll be doing?
Oh, well, we are going to do the Standards Daylight Tour. So we'll be driving alongside the main hotspots of the city. You're going to see the Danube, Castle, a bunch of stuff we're going to see.
It's so awesome because when you do come to Europe and stuff, you're normally led into those bus touristas to go and see the city, and you're sitting on a double-decker bus. This is so much better way to see the city, isn't it?
Oh, you should see the people in the double-decker buses looking at us, and they instantly regret that they're going on a double-decker bus tour instead of the hot rod tour. Also, be prepared to have hundreds of pictures taken of you. I keep telling people, when you're in the city, when you're driving around the city, then yeah, we do get to do some sightseeing and look at stuff, but the main attraction is always the people in the hot rod.
I've had more photos taken of me in the last 10 minutes to be posted on Facebook by just driving around these streets. Everyone's just taking photos, snapping and waving at you, and buses going past. And yet you're so safe because you've got a guide here explaining to us all the history. We're wearing comms. Our guide, the awesome Tony.
He's telling us where we are, giving us a bit of information about the sites. This is awesome.
So on our left now you can see the Vienna State Opera House, which was built in 1869, and there was a lot of criticism. Apparently the emperor told the architects that it looks like a train station, not like an opera house should look. So because of all that pressure, one of the architects committed suicide, and the other one died of a heart attack a couple of weeks later. Very tragic.
Hello! Blokesworld!
Ado's doing commercial throws in the middle of a street in Vienna, and all the people are coming out from the shops, find out what all the fuss is about. Well, there's some Aussie guy yelling at a camera in a tiny little hot rod.
Also on the right-hand side you can see Vienna's most famous museum, the Albertina, which is an art museum. And also on the right-hand side again, you can see the Pitzinger Würstelstand, as we call them, basically a sausage stall. And this is what you do at 3 in the morning in Vienna if you're slightly drunk and you're hungry you go to a sausage stall, to a Würstelstand, and you get yourself a sausage and maybe 1 or 2 more beers.
Oh, now we can open her up!
Well, we drove around town for about an hour and then we went into this large quadrangle type of area where our guide gave us a bit of a history lesson.
All right, we're on Heldenplatz right now, which would translate into something like Hero Square. We've got on our right-hand side, we've got the former winter palace of our monarchs, the Hofburg Palace. We're just going to make a quick U-turn here. And this is also where we take our breaks when we're out on tours. So right behind me you can see the Hofburg Palace and you can see the residence of our president also in the back. Now this is a very famous square, lots of history took place here. You see that balcony in the Hofburg Palace? This is where Hitler on the 15th of March 1938 announced the integration of Austria into the German Reich. So yeah, you've had thousands of people here all claiming that they weren't Nazis, just interested to see what this Hitler guy was all about. Which basically, that way of thinking basically resulted in a myth that Austria was the first victim of Nazi Germany. A myth that lasted up until the 80s or even the 90s here in Austria. And which of course is absolute bollocks considering how many Austrians took part in the Holocaust and other war crimes. Alright guys, as you know, all good things must come to an end, and our tour unfortunately ends here. And I guess, hold on, I need to get down because of the barrier. And I guess it's a wrap. Once again, thank you Blokesworld, and I'll see you in Vienna at the Hot Rod Tour. Bye!
Let's give it a bootful. Yeah! Ah!
Well, I hope you're enjoying Blokesworld. We'll be back after this commercial break for more action right here in Austria.
Hello, I'm Martin Mays from Belgium. Welcome to Erzberg.
G'day and welcome back. Hope you're enjoying our Blokesworld Erzberg, Austria road trip. Right now, we're going to introduce you a legend. Now, this event has been running now for the last 23 years, and there's one bloke that's raced every single Erzberg. His name's Klaus, and he's a legend in the enduro motocross scene in Austria.
It's amazing, and just looking at you, did you race your first Erzberg when you were 4 years old?
No. I'm already an old fart. I'm 44 years old now, so I'm trying to keep my body going. That's it.
We watched the very first Erzberg event on YouTube, and it looks like just a bunch of men having a party. Now it's like a big event, huh?
Yeah, it was nearly like that. I remember I was really one of the very first riders here trying in front of the race. We have been here 2 months in front of the first race, and we were trying some uphills, and they were cheering us and saying, "Oh, let's go this uphill, or let's go here down and try if it works." And it was really, at the beginning, we have been 160 starters, I think.
Wow.
So it was really something completely different than now.
And you're also in the record books for being one of the highest finishers of this race as well.
Yes, that's true. I finished 14 times. On my plan is to go for 25 Erzberg,
Yep.
and then at least I have half of the races finished.
That is amazing. And we should explain to our viewers the way they do this race here is they have a prologue race, and you basically cull the 1800 down to 500. And out of that 500 races, sometimes only 4 or 5 people finish.
Yeah, that's true. It's really unbelievable. That shows how hard this race really is. Yeah, and I really need to say the level is going up and higher from year to year. But it's a new generation of riders. They really do this specific kind of training, this hard enduro, extreme enduro training. They come out of the trial sport, and I think we will never see only one man finishing here. Because there are for sure 5 to 10 really very competitive riders who are able to win here, and so we will always see 5, 6 finishes.
And it always seems to be a race that really helps if you're a tall bloke, doesn't it? Because you've really got to get your feet down and balance the rocks.
Yeah, to use it like a spider, we say.
Yeah.
That's the Spider-Man technique. But to be honest, that's not the right technique. The right technique is what I said. It's with the trial background and the smart guys who learned to ride on a trial bike and not on an enduro or on a motocross bike. They are the better riders here.
Yeah, excellent. Now let's talk about some of the stages. Is bathtub still part of the course?
Yeah, of course. That's still a part of the course. That's a famous part. But it was never really so difficult for the better riders. It was just a normal thing. But I would say for the average rider, even the bathtub could be the point where you can end your race.
Well, I tell you right now, I went down bathtubs only once. Brown underpants.
Yeah, that's normal. When you're not used to that, then that's normal. But when you are often here and when you really try to be competitive at this race, you have to train this on regular basis, and then it's just normal.
And we should explain the Iron Giant we're behind. This is basically an iron mine, and it works all year round, and they basically shut down so you guys can race here. So all the sections of this course are named after sections of the mine, like water pipes. Can you explain to our viewers water pipes?
Yeah, it depends how the race goes on, and it depends how the situation at the race is there. There is no favorite line there,
No.
It really depends. It's changed from year to year, and the most important thing at uphills like this is not to worry and not to wait, just go on and you will find the right.
When in doubt, gas it out.
Yes.
We're going to look out for you all day long. Klaus, you're an
Thank
absolute
you.
legend, and your English is better than mine.
No, mine is not.
Speaking of legends, let's head back to the Iron Pit for some more rocket ride. And after that, we're going on a commercial break. Stick around, there's so much more Blokesworld come. You should get on the phone, let your mates know. See you after this.
G'day viewers, hope you're enjoying the show. Right now it's time for Snitchel of the Week, and this week we're having Snitchels at Erzberg. Fantastic Snitchel. There's Snitchels everywhere in this country, but there they are behind us. Snitchel Konig. I'm giving this one about an 8 out of 10.
Okay, right now I thought we'd let you in on a bit of a secret of Erzberg, something you don't normally see. They have this massive beer tent.
Taste this hot dog. Taste it.
It's got cheese in it.
Just taste it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
How good is that?
And it's a party every night. It's like the United Nations of dirt bikes. Everyone that's standing in this bar are from every different country. No one speaks the same language except for the language of dirt bikes. That and the fact that they love joining the tables up and having a bit of a slide. This is the table sliding at Erzberg.
Road is still rock, hear the creeping full of thorns. This contraband in stocking strapping goes down through the lawn. Just one big brick of daylight, a good guy could do me in. Just as sure as the end of fits 5 cents and razors in your skin. Elvis still dead, you're still I'm gone. I'm still hurting for a bit, screaming out these scratch songs. We're all still peeling out the edge of the hole. To bear his way to the crown as a king of rock and roll.
Now, one of the first things we notice with this table sliding is if they don't like you, they'll just flip you off the table. You've got to earn the respect of the dudes that are going to be pushing you along. I tell you what, this track was changing every 5 seconds with 6-foot gaps, 10-foot tabletops, and a down ramp. If the Iron Giant and riding a dirt bike isn't going to injure yourself, you're going to do it in the beer tent.
To bear his way to the crown as a king of rock and roll.
Well, that's all we can fit in tonight's episode of Blokesworld, but make sure you watch next week because we got stacks more action from Erzberg in Austria, plus a whole bunch of other stuff that we got up to in our short time in Austria. Until then, be nice to one another, and taking us out right now is the man himself, Martin, a champion. He runs the event, looks after the media, and tell you what, he was awesome to Blokesworld. this year and when we went many years ago.
Well, viewers, we've just completed day one of our Erzberg road trip. And I've got to mention this man here, Martin. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, Edo, great to have you here.
Mate, great to have you back. We met you in 2009. You took great care of us. We had a great time. And I rang you back up and said, can we come back? And you said, get over here now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You know, for us, it's only 2.5 hours to get here, yeah? So if people come from Australia, we just love it.
We've come to the end of the episode. We'll see everyone next week. Before we go, hold this. I've got a present for you.
Presents.
This is our new Blokesworld wallet, right? So next time you stand at the bar and they're not serving you, you just open your wallet, give it a flick, and bow to your uncle, hey? And your money won't burn. Blokesworld wallet.
You guys rule. Absolutely. Love to have you here.
Mate, I'm going to be Santa for you all weekend. I am. Anyways, see you all next week. It's only going to get more hairier, more action, and a lot more rocks flying in the air. This is Erzberg. We'll see you next week.